I grew up in paradise thanks to my grandfather's dream of becoming a farmer, a dream that began when he became a post-World War II refugee at age 14. He saw that the only ones who could provide for their families during desperate times were the ones who could build their own homes and grow their own food. He made his dream come true, and I got to grow up there. I was raised by two people who always loved me. They fed all my passions and encouraged all my loves. They gave me the two sisters who remain my closest friends. They challenged me and pushed me to be my best. I always had someone to call and always had a place to land. They took me all over the world and proved to me time after time how blessed we are to be here. I grew up surrounded by strong women. My dad's mom married 3 times and laughed louder than anyone. She was smart as a whip and she'd sing when we'd play cards. My mom's mom taught me how to weave on my 16th birthday. It was her house we went to after we got off the bus. Every day after school, we'd eat Cheerios in her kitchen while she cooked or cleaned or baked bread. I started piano lessons when I was 5 years old. I was good at it. I finished my solo performer's degree when I was 19. It's another thing I have under my belt. I've taught since I was 14. I've had music to turn to in times of grace and darkness. I've had this instrument, this silent friend who always waits for me, who's always there. I've also had my writing. My mom gave me my first journal when I was 11 years old. Her and Dad had just split up for the second time. I threw the book across the room when she gave it to me. Then I picked it up and started writing. I have more than 40 books full. I write songs, poems, stories. I write my life down and work my way through the tangle of things there. I have lost friends much too early. One was murdered when we were 18. One took his life, hung himself in his favorite tree. I was there in ICU when my friend had her daughter handed to her for the first time. I watched her child die in her arms. So I know what it is to lose. I also know how precious life is. Loss has taught me that. I hitchhiked and camped around Africa for 5 months when I was 19. I learned things I never could have imagined. My naive dream. There were good times, but there were darknesses deeper than I can explain. The racism, extreme poverty, being attacked by men with machetes, malaria, AIDS, the twisted reasoning of rampant injustice. I came back broken. So I hit bottom for a while. My sister would drag me out of bed and force me to go on walks with her along the log train trail. I remember washing dishes and hearing people I loved talking about me in the other room. They didn't know I could hear them. They said, "She's lost her sparkle." And I just kept washing dishes, tears streaming down my face. It was true. I was lost. But I had all of these things. I had all these people who loved me. I had this beautiful place to wake to every morning. I had a piano downstairs and a book and a pen always waiting. I had all these things to love me back again, to remind me how blessed I am and to teach me to move toward the light again. It took some time, probably about a year, to unfurl, but I did. And I went back to school and filled up my pockets with more knowledge and more tools. I moved to the city and met the man of my dreams, volunteered at the hospices and worked doing home care for people with disabilities. Got a degree in history. More tools for me. Even though we lived in the city, I always needed peaceful places to guard me. Me and my man did lots of hiking and walking through forests and running away to quiet places. That's where we found God, though he wouldn't call it that. We were lucky enough to share that. Love for ferns and salal and cedars and red rotten tree stumps rusted with age. But how now? How to give back to this beautiful place? I started taking care of this little girl. Her mom was down and out, and her dad hired me to take care of her 4 days a week till 10 o'clock at night. I tucked her in for 3 years. She showed me that all that it takes is love, and that a little laughter can go a long, long way. She was my hard luck, rough, tough kid. I found out I was pregnant a couple months after her coming into our lives. I have yet to apply for a real job. I met this wonderful guy in a coffee shop and have been working with him for 8 years. I get paid to make his house a home. I make him laugh, give him showers, clean his ears, and cut his toenails. I cook and clean for him and bring him to the farm about twice a year. He's become a brother to me and an uncle to my kids. He's become family. So this is how I've been making my living. Watching my family grow and teaching piano and doing home care. Raising babies and living day by day. But I'm at a crossroads again because I signed up my second son for kindergarten today. And I'm going to have time I haven't had in a long, long time. And I have to decide what I'm going to do with it. There's change coming fast. I have deep love in my life on all fronts. Family, friends, passion, a roof overhead and food on my plate. I have these pockets full of tools, but it feels like it's time to redefine me. Like I have to kick it up a notch and really challenge me. Like I want to do more, but I don't know where to start. I have so many loves, and I don't know how to choose how to use this time in front of me. My husband says, "Whoa, why are you rushing? You've got time on your hands to give you the great gift of listening. The gift of time to take time to see what you're really missing. And maybe you just need to sit a while. Maybe you just need to stop, especially since you're so incredibly bad at that." He's right. I'm not much good at stopping. So these days I'm trying to figure out what stopped is. I'm trying to walk more, to listen, to notice the things that are most important, to not yell at my kids from the other room, to just go to them directly and deal with whatever situation needs to be dealt with. I'm doing a lot of song building. Got an auto harp for Christmas, and songs come along more than ever these days. I know being a mom is the biggest thing on my plate. And it should be. I've got good men to raise, and I take that pretty seriously. We need good men in this world, and they deserve good mothers. But still I feel some need for change in my other work. Perhaps it's renewed purpose I need. Maybe just to start volunteering again. I need to know I'm doing all I can be doing. Because we've got a world to change, a place to make better of. We've got these kids who need something left once we've gone. How can we leave this place better than when we got here? How can I give them what I was given? How can I fill such huge, huge shoes? How can I teach them how precious it all is? How can I help them with their wings? I have every ingredient. I have all I ever could have had and more. But the recipe, how do I make the best I can out of me? I know good intentions don't always equal action, and I know there are many, many paths. This is my bread baking. This is my small earthquaking. These are my branches breaking. Still the question remains, what exactly is the recipe for change?